It is just after 7 a.m. and we are en route to Iceland via Zurich, and this video is all about what is Priority Pass and why you need it, part 2. It all starts right now. Let's go.
Morgen, ich hätte gerne einen Laugenkuss, bitte.
Testing 1, 2, do we have volume? Yes, all right, so classic, my flight to Zurich was canceled. We're in the airport and I've spent like the last hour and a half trying to figure out what the alternative is to get to Iceland today, because I am running a photography workshop with Brendan Manson and I need to be there. But this is not about the photography, this is about Priority Pass. And funny enough, it actually kind of works in my favor for this video, because now I've got a lot more time to spend at the lounge here in Hamburg. So I was able to successfully rebook my flight, but it's leaving tonight at 6 p.m. and it is now 10:30 in the morning. So I've got a ton of time to pass, and luckily, because I have Priority Pass, I can spend that time in a lounge that has like a quiet sleeping room, a work room, showers, food. You're gonna see it all. I'll take you up there right now. So yeah, that's exciting. And this is part 2 of the Priority Pass video. I'm gonna tell you a little bit once we get up there of the first video that we made and why I'm making this second video, and then more about how awesome this fucking service is and how much easier it makes my life as a traveler. And yours too, if you haven't got it already. All right. Drone, big lens, this thing, big lens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 cameras. Got a lot of shit to go through security. That's the other camera. Always give me a hard time. It's impossible, but I still make it through, and this is well overweight for a carry-on. When you got gear like this, you get away with it, I guess. Moin. Guten Morgen. Habe ich Priority Pass? All right, and we made it to a relatively quiet room. This is, I think, what it was called. It's not the smoking room. I'm actually a little surprised that they still have a smoking room here in the airport in 2022, but hey. So Hamburg Airport in Germany, North Germany, and this is the airport lounge. And I believe there's only one here. It's accessed by a whole bunch of different programs like miles and whatever you get when you join those things, which I obviously don't have, but I am still able to get access here through Priority Pass, which is again the reason I'm making this video. So I want to touch on the first video that Nelly and I made back in 2018, where we just sort of explained the benefits of this service, because we were both utilizing it all the time and thought it was a real game changer for us. And I know that that some of you maybe even saw that video, but the video did relatively well, and I got a lot of good comments there and good interest, including from the company itself. So when they contacted me, Priority Pass, and wanted to do a sort of collaboration, I thought now that travel's reopening again, this could be the perfect opportunity to make another video about the service, because it does change the way that I travel. And I am a professional travel content creator, photographer, and videographer. I studied adventure tourism in the Rocky Mountains of Canada. You know, I don't plan on leaving the travel industry, so I'm always going to be working within this field. And luckily for me, that allows me the opportunity to get paid to travel the world, which some of you guys know, but it's a fucking hustle, I'm not gonna lie. But still, this makes it a bit easier, which is nice. So when I'm traveling, Priority Pass allows me access to lounges. Basically, that's it. And there's 1,300 lounges around the world that Priority Pass gets you access to, which is a huge number. It's the largest like independent lounge service in the world. I think that they probably have a much more better brand marketing message than what I just told you, but I think you get the idea. On the website, you can get a hell of a lot more information, but it just makes my life so much easier, because if I have layovers, or in this case where my flight got canceled and I've now got, you know, a 4.5 hour stint before I can check in to my next flight, I can go to the lounge and have this time, you know, have time to get out my laptop, to get a coffee, to get some food, step out of the hecticness of the airport and have like a bit of a break. You know, a lot of these lounges around the world do have shower facilities. They've got this quiet room here with these sweet chairs where you can like even have a nap, and obviously great food and lots of booze, and like just a kind of a way to escape the craziness of your travel journey for even just like a few minutes. It's so nice to get that refresher before going back out into the airport. And if you guys know, airport food and drinks is really, really expensive. So I think the price of Priority Pass is relatively high. I'm not gonna lie, at 400 euros for the Prestige membership, which I have, it kind of packs a punch for only 1 year. I think you have to travel at least like 10 times to make it worth it. But I don't wanna make this one piece to camera too long, so I'll show you a little bit more of this lounge, and then I'll jump in to how I think you could break this down, and how if you're traveling a certain amount per year, you could justify having this service as well. And sometimes it comes with credit cards too, so you might want to look into that. But yeah, overall, just a fantastic service for me, and it's changed the way that I travel, and that's why I'm making this video for you. All right, let's talk about the price, because 400 bucks is not a small amount of money. It's actually about 10 times less than the price of this damn Sony, but look at that autofocus, it's so good. So, can't complain, but I can't complain about 400 bucks. And in all reality, I'm not complaining about it, but it is something that we should talk about, because it does seem like a relatively high price to pay for lounge access, especially only for 1 year. But as I just said earlier in this video, if you plan on traveling like at least 10 times a year and you think that you'll be able to access a lounge every single time, then that would break it down to about 40 euros per visit, which is still very expensive. However, if you've ever purchased lounge access before, it is relatively expensive. I think the lowest that I've ever gotten access to a lounge by buying it is about 35 euros in Mallorca. So I think that if you wanted to get lounge access and you didn't have it any other way, buying it would be relatively expensive. So in my mind, how I break it down is like 10 is the minimum, right? If you're traveling more than 10 times a year, and most times you're traveling, you know, twice there and back, then I would consider that 2 opportunities to utilize Priority Pass and lounge access. So that breaks it down to 20 bucks per visit. And then in my case, somebody like me who's traveling a lot more than that, you know, I'll probably end up using this, like, my guess is probably like 15 to 20 times this year, if not 25 times. And then that makes the price very, very affordable for me. So that's kind of how I break it down mentally. I don't know how you would do it, but I do think that everybody has like a different sort of idea of what's valuable to them, and all the things that I mentioned earlier about having this access within an airport is very valuable to me, and I think that it's worth the 400 bucks for the Prestige membership, not to mention all the benefits that you can read about on the website. And I also think that it is really the only one that is super beneficial in my personal opinion. The other two, there's 2 cheaper memberships that you can get. I don't think that they have the same value that the Prestige one has. So Priority Pass, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but this is my opinion. That's what I think. I think that the Prestige membership is fantastic. I think it's worth the price, even though it's quite expensive, if you're traveling at least 10 times per year.
Don't worry, it's still bright out.
Yeah. We made it. I'm making a video about Priority Pass.
Oh, nice.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I still have it.
You know, you were the one who told me about it originally.
Did you pay for it?
Yeah, I have.
I don't pay for it. It comes with your credit card, idiots.
Yeah, if you have an American Express, which doesn't work anywhere else in the world. Oh, let's go. All right, we're in Iceland. This is Brendan Van Son, if you don't know already.
That's who I am.
And it's midnight. Long day, but I made it.
The weather's
Success.
good.
Yeah, dude.
It's weird not
Happy
being
to be
here
back.
in winter.
Ah, it's lovely. 10 degrees.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, let's get this car and hit the road.
Yeah.
No. And we made it to the hotel here in Reykjavik. It is just past 1:30 a.m. in the morning. I've got some natural light coming through because it's the midnight sun. Got a great view out here right now. Construction. But Reykjavik, this time of year in June is like really bright. Well, the whole country really. You've got the sun setting at about midnight and then rising at about 3:30 in the morning. So it never really gets dark, which is one of the reasons that we're here. Some of the best photography light is therefore from like 10:30 p.m. till about 4:30 in the morning. You can get some really amazing landscape images. So Brendan and I are leading an adventure photography workshop across Iceland for the next 10 days, going to the western fjords and searching for some puffins, which is going to be new for both of us, which can be really, really cool, and camping as well. So I've got all my camping equipment from Canada with me, and I'm going to get that some good use, which it really hasn't seen in a couple of years. So I'm happy that we're camping over the next 10 days. It's going to be a wild ride. So yeah, that's a quick update. It's 1:30 in the morning. Bear with me. What was this video about? Priority Pass. So Priority Pass does have a ton of benefits. One of them being that I haven't touched on in this video, that sometimes you can even access the lounge on arrival. Like the Hamburg lounge that I spent all of today in, you can go into that lounge when you arrive in Hamburg. So that's actually a huge benefit that I think it's overlooked, because people usually when they arrive at their destination, they just want to go. But in this case, like if you arrive somewhere and it's 1:30 in the morning and the lounge is still open, you know, maybe you want to chill there for a couple hours, get some free breakfast, some coffee, and then head out when the city's like actually moving and everybody's awake. So that's an example. It's a bit wild one, but it is a benefit if you've got time to spare, or if you want to like freshen up before going to a work meeting, something like that. You know, that's when the arrival lounge access is also really useful. So yeah, Priority Pass, you got the gist of it in this video. All the relevant links are down below, and yeah, welcome to Iceland in the summer. Let's go.